up, Matt from Merchfab here. This video is going to be about the progress I've made on the Mini and a lot of little jobs I've done over the past couple of weeks. So we went to Castle Combe to watch the racing, saw the Classic Touring Car Club and a few other clubs racing there.
We'll then have the Castle Combe, which I'm very much looking forward to. The prep. Now, third place car, the blue 32 car.
I'm not sure if the Mini will be ready to race this year, so I'm looking at some options of potentially stuff I could do in the P. I have recently just passed my competition driver license, which I went to Castle Combe to do, where you basically do a little written test and then you get taken out on the track and you get about 20 minutes of tuition and then you do 10 minutes of driving around while they assess you. Yeah, so I'll be racing the Mini with the Mini 7 Club, but I'm now looking at all my other options so that I can actually get out and do some racing this year. So I'm now going to just run you through all the little really time consuming jobs that I've done on the Mini and just show you where I'm up to. Got all the pipe work, all the hosing done, got the electric water pump installed. This will run through the PDM so that it will ramp up and down rather than just being switched on and off. So when the engine's warming up, it will just slowly circulate the coolant, and then as the temperature increases, the pump will increase and the coolant will flow faster, so it's a more efficient way of regulating the temperature. All the wiring is now finished, everything's where it needs to be. This is for the wiper motor, which will sit up under there. I've got another plug sticking out down here, this will plug into the removable front for all the lights, so it's all easy to remove. I've installed a Bosch Motorsport temperature and oil pressure combined sensor, so that's easier because I've only got the one port there. I've got my mains battery cables ran and installed. So the plan was to start this, and the only thing stopping me from starting it is the oil cooler. So the engine came with these fittings, which I thought were AN8 fittings. They're slightly different size on the thread, and the taper on them is slightly different. You can see they don't line up. So wasn't too sure what fittings I needed for that, so I had a look in Mini Spares and they did a whole oil cooler kit. So this oil cooler is going to mount at the side here, This longer hose runs from the oil cooler, the oil filter take-off plate, and come around to the bottom of the oil cooler. That fits perfectly. This one is the wrong thread size. It's too small for the block, so I've been told that that's a 5/8 and this is something else, can't remember. They do this in a 5/8 hose, but if you buy the kit with a 5/8 fitting on there, this hose is shorter in that kit, and they won't sell me one of each, so I'd have to buy both hose kits, which I don't really want to do. But that is that's the only thing that's stopping me from putting some oil in it and starting it. You hear people say that the last 10% takes 90% of the time, and I would agree with that. I've made some top shock mounts. I've also made under here, so I've made this little adjuster which basically holds the rubber cone and everything, pinches it all up tight once you've installed it, because otherwise when you jack it up, this is all flopping around loose and it can just fall out. So you basically just wind that up till it pinches the cone tight, and then lock off the little lock nut, and then that holds everything in where it's supposed to be and nothing can fall out of place. So I installed the brakes, and the disc was fouling on the steering arm, so I machined a bit off of this to get the disc to clear, and then the disc would hit the caliper, so then I was going to have to machine the caliper, but I've since found out that I've just got the wrong hub piece here, so I need to just buy all the right matching pieces and bolt it all together. And then on the inside, finished off the wirings, just the mains cables to connect to the battery. Everything else is done. Made myself a little battery tray which will just bolt through the floor. Just got a few more things to cable tie into place, but obviously all the brake lines have to be run, fuel lines have to be run. I still don't have a fuel tank or any fuel system yet to start the engine. I was just gonna rig up a little bottle up here with some fuel in it. So I started making the bracket to mount this up underneath here, come up through here, and then when I tested this I realised it has 180 degrees of sweep, which won't work because it obviously means the wiper will be, you know, coming off of here. I need something with about 110 degrees of sweep, something like that, so that's not going to work, so I need to get another one of those. I think that's it, but there's probably about 3 full days of work that I've done, and doesn't really seem to add up to much, but that is just the way it seems to go when you get to this stage. So that's it for the Mini. We're now gonna that's as far as I've got with the Mini, so that's gonna be it for this one. Just watching, see you on the next one.